Hello and a very warm welcome to the wonderful and distinctive sights and sounds of the ancient city of Delhi, the national capital of India and one of the most populous cities in the world. But all this week we've been based here at the KD Jadaf Indoor Hall, part of the Indira Gandhi Sports Complex. And we're here for the YONEX Sunrise India Open, a Super 750 event and the second tournament of the year on the HSBC BWF World Tour. Well, it is a finals day today, and we were hoping to bring you all 5 finals, but we've had some sad news because the very first final of the day, which was to feature Watanabe and Higashino, the Olympic bronze medalists, against the Olympic gold medalists Wang and Huang, who actually won this India Open title 4 years ago. We've heard that Wang is very sadly ill, and therefore they have been forced to withdraw. So our first final of the day will actually be the women's singles. And it will be a repeat of last year's All England final in the women's singles. Also a repeat of the Malaysian Open final last week. It's number 1 against the number 2 seeds. Akane Yamaguchi of Japan, the 2-time reigning world champion, is up against Eun Young of Korea, who was bronze medalist at last year's World Championships in Tokyo. Then it'll be women's doubles, and you simply can't get any better than this because we've got the number 1 and the 2 ranked pairs in the world. Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan, the reigning and 3-time world champions, are up against Naomi Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida of Japan, who are incidentally playing their first tournament of the year. They missed out last week in Malaysia. Men's doubles will follow that, and Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang of China, unseeded, but in their second final in 2 weeks. They were beaten in Kuala Lumpur in the final of the Malaysian Open, and they will obviously be hoping to go one better this week. But it's a tall order because they're up against the reigning world champions, Aaron Cha and Sowi Ik from Malaysia. Then we will finish with men's singles, and this should be a terrific match because it is a repeat of last year's World Championship final. Victor Axelsen, the reigning world and Olympic champion and 2-time former champion here at the India Open. Today he's in a record 5th final at this event. His opponent, Kunlawat Widasan from Thailand, the number 8 seed, has been a 3-time former world junior champion. So that is our lineup for today, and I can tell you a little bit of history about this event because this is the 14th staging of this particular event within the Super Series and Grand Prix Gold era, and 7 consecutive years as a Super Series, and now part of the HSBC BWF World Tour. Well, this was the draw in the mixed doubles from the quarterfinal stage. As you can see, just 5 seeds left in a quarterfinal. I think the big surprise was the former world champions and number 2 seeds Puavaranukroh and Thayrat Thanachai. They lost to Kim Won Ho and Jong Na-ung right at the bottom of the draw there, who progressed through to the semi-final stage. Well, only 5 different nationalities at quarter-final stage, which makes it the least diverse, along with men's doubles, as far as internationally is concerned. 3 seeds and 3 different nationalities at semi-final stage. But Steen Pedersen, the former Danish national coach, it's incredible that in semi-final stage, look, we had the Olympic gold medalists, the Olympic silver medalists in the number 1 seeds, Cheng Shiwei and Wang Yashiong, and the Olympic bronze medalists. That makes it one of the strongest disciplines.
Yeah, it does, and I felt that there's 4 pairs in mixed doubles. I totally agree with you. The big surprise is the Korean win against Puavaranukroh and Thayrat Thanachai. If we add them to the 1, 3, and 4th seeds, then we have at the moment pairs that have broken away from the rest of the pack.
I do want to also talk about and mention Tom Giquel and Delphine Delroux from France, and also Matthias Christiansen and Alexandre Boyer. They had a terrific quarter-final, didn't they, against the Olympic champions. But 2 pairs from Europe. Now that's always good to see. We've had Europeans in other disciplines, but 2 in the mixed doubles. Given the strength of the Chinese and the Japanese pairs, the Korean pairs, and the former world champions from Thailand, that's an encouraging sign for Europe.
It's very encouraging. We also have Mark Lamsfuss and Isabel Lohau didn't make it far in this tournament, but there is 3 pairs from Europe, and then Marcus Ellis, who is out with injury on the recovery trail, as far as we've heard. So there is some challenges from Europe, but at the moment the pair that's closest, also in terms of world ranking and performances, that is the French pair, Giquel and Delroux, and played a really nice match against Jiang Ziwei and Huang Yachon. Lost to them twice during this January swing here in Asia.
And I think they're the number 2 seeds next week, aren't they, in the Indonesian Masters?
Quite possible, quite possible.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about, obviously, Watanabe and Higashino have had a walkover in today's final, but they were actually the first mixed doubles pair from Japan to reach the final of this event. So that was a little bit of history. And for them, a 20th career final. Of course, the final isn't going to happen. We're going to have the prize presentation for the mixed doubles finalists. It's not the way that I'm sure the Japanese pair would have wanted to win, because they're highly competitive. They love playing, and we love watching them because they're a very exciting pair.
They played amazing yesterday. I had them as favorites. We know that Wang Yilu has been bugged by injuries here towards the end of 2022. They've struggled a little bit more, whereas Watanabe and Higashino, they came in with a win over the almost unbeatable Jiang Ziwei and Huang Yachon.
Yeah, that was a marvellous semi-final, wasn't it? A repeat of last year's World Championship final, but a reverse result. It's good to see that Huang Dongping has come for the prize presentation. Look, Mum, I'm on TV. Yes, well done. There we go. You certainly are, young man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
depends whether she'd send him out for other things in the city.
For the mixed doubles. The mixed doubles final is a walkover due to illness of Wang Liu from China. Therefore, the YONEX Sunrise India Open 2023 mixed doubles champion are Yota Watanabe and Arisa Higashino, Japan. May I request the players to proceed.
So, Huang Dongping representing both herself and her partner at the prize presentation.
China.
Huang Dongping.
Yota Watanabe, Arisa Higashino, Japan.
And the champions,
May I request
having received the walkover,
Mr.
Yuta Watanabe and Arisa Higashino.
to do the honors of presenting the medals to the
This
winners.
was only their second appearance here at the India Open. First played here 6 years ago. And it will be a 9th World Tour title for the Japanese pair. A second at Super 750 level. The first was the 2021 French Open.
Thank you, sir. May I now
Well, it
request
was a sensational semi-final
Mr.
victory
Vishnu
over
Dolan,
the
BWF
reigning and
Vice
three-time
President,
world
to do
champions
the
yesterday.
honors of presenting the stills to the winners.
Desperately disappointing for all concerned. Steen and I were discussing this final at breakfast, and this was one of the matches we were very much looking forward to.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Ben Yonihama, Chairman YONEX, to do the honors of presenting the mock check to the winners.
Well, for Watanabe and Higashino, they were in 4 finals last year from only 10 tournaments. Oh, hello! Injury problems saw them having to withdraw from the French Open, the event in Saarbrücken, the Australian Open, and indeed the World Tour finals. But my goodness, they've come back with a bang at the start of 2023.
May I request Mr. Ben Yonihama, Chairman YONEX, to present the mock checks.
So there's some very handsome checks as well. $62,900 US for the winners. 29,750 for the Chinese pair.
I request the dignitaries to come forward and join the winners for a group photograph. YONEX Sunrise India Open 2023.
Nice to see so many Japanese fans in the stadium here.
Watanabe and Higashino, Japan. And the silver medalists, Wang and Huang, China.
Well, as the players and the prize presentation party pose for the photographers, we can also let you know that according to our calculations, Watanabe and Higashino will go to number 2 on the world ranking next week when the world rankings are published on Tuesday.
Do you think Huang Dongping is sharing the prize money with Wang Yilu, or enforcing the rule that the one that stands on the podium gets the prize money?
Our champions at the 2023 YONEX Sunrise India Open. The fans seem happy enough, even though they didn't get to witness the mixed doubles final. But as I was telling you earlier, our first actual match of the day should be a terrific final because it features the number 1 and 2 seeds. A repeat of the final last week, Akane Yamaguchi, the 2-time reigning world champion, up against Se-young of Korea, the World Championship bronze medalist in Tokyo last year. After that, women's doubles, then men's doubles, and we finish with men's singles. So as far as the women's singles draw was concerned, we started the tournament with 5 former champions. By the second round, we were down to 4. By the quarter-final, we were down to 1 former champion, and that was Zhang Beiwen of the United States of America. She won the title in 2018, but there was 3 other players at the quarter-final stage who had reached the final previously. Carolina Marin, Keiton of Thailand, and Herbing Zhao. So by semi-final stage, the 2 players who had contested a final previously, the player from Thailand and China, both lost in the semi-final stage. But an indication of how diverse and how strong the women's singles discipline is. So we are just about ready for our first actual match of the day. In the first 5 years of the HSBC BWF World Tour, the India Open was a Super 500 event. Now, for the second cycle of the World Tour, it's been promoted to a 750 event. And all the top players who are fit and well have